So you want to teach geography, and you want to do it in a Charlotte Mason way. So today I'm going to walk you through my favorite book to get started with teaching geography, and then the steps you can take and some principles that we want to cover. My name is Joy. I am a homeschooling mother of 7. This year, my oldest is in 8th grade, and my youngest is a 2-year-old toddler toddling around. And so we've been at this for quite a while, and I have really had to learn to get in a groove in regards to geography. It was a subject that I was not certain about when we first started, and I have really fallen in love with it. To begin with, I think the best absolute series to start with when learning geography is the Book of Marvels series. There is the Book of Marvels, the Orient, and there is the Book of Marvels, the Occident, and you may even want to start with the Occident just because those are places that are in North America and South America, and you might be a little bit more familiar. But the Orient kind of takes you through the 7 wonders of the ancient world, which is also super fun. So what I like to do with geography is to pair it with YouTube. And I love to go ahead. There is a Book of Marvels, and I will link to this website below. Someone, I don't know who this person is, went through and for every single chapter in the Book of Marvels has links to videos and resources for each chapter. So what I do is before our lesson, I like to go pull up the video that we're going to watch about the chapter. And I like to start with that. And what that does is it allows us to see that this was a real place, because the pictures in these books, some of them are okay, like this one's pretty good, and some of them are not so great, and they're all black and white. So I just like to get a little video. I don't even have it be much longer than 5 or 10 minutes. And then we are able to be introduced to the area in that way. Sometimes it'll be a video that's just about the history of it, and usually it will show the current site of whatever it is that we're learning about. And I love that. I love seeing what was there and what it did, and then what is happening with that same location in modern day. So I like to watch the video, and then we get out our maps. And this is a DK Compact World Atlas. What's great about the Compact World Atlas is that first of all, it lays flat-ish, not totally flat, but it can lay open, right, when they're trying to do it. And then this is modern political lines, which is also helpful. So that when we're trying to find the current day place, sometimes it's hard because they do change the names of places over time. But this gives us a nice version of the map that we can draw then in our in our geography notebooks. So the first lesson is a video and then looking at the map. And I just do that for that one morning time. And then the second week, we do the same location. And then what I have them do is pull out their maps again. And then I have them draw in their in their geography notebook. They have their own geography notebook while I am reading. So we had the first week that was interactive. We watched a movie, we looked stuff up on the map. And then the next week, we're looking it up on the map again. And then we're drawing it in our notebooks. So you can see this child has done something similar. This was when we were studying North America. Usually what they've done, and you can't really see it on the video, is she started with pencil and sketched everything out in pencil, and then goes back through. So this is actually our Book of Marvels study. You can barely see that, right? It's in pencil. She's going to go back eventually with a black pen and go over everything. But we just start there. And then what we're able to do is track the journey and just track all the different places that we come to. And what you can do, you can draw little pictures of different temples that you're studying, or different monuments, or different mountains. And it just makes it really interactive. What keeping a notebook allows us to do is to respond to what we've read. It's really that narration of we're receiving information, and then we're looking it up on the map, and then we're drawing it on the map. And that's helping us get more oriented. When we draw and when we write, we have to think about, what are we drawing? What are we writing? And that helps cement that information more deeply into our hearts. So please leave your comments below. I know it sounds really straightforward, really simple. One thing about geography that the Book of Marvels will not teach us, and that is essentially how the economy of an area came to be, which is why I really love North's geography as well. But North's geography is, I feel like it's harder if you're just getting started with learning geography. This is such a great gateway to geography. You know, you do want to learn about the resources, the natural resources, and how people use those throughout time and how they're using them now. All of those things about the economy and about the just nature and how God created that area, those are really, really helpful. This doesn't, the Orient and the Occident, they don't do that. It's just more the history of the area and, you know, some really cool things about, you know, it might be a building or some type of structure or some type of war, or, you know, something that happened there. So it's just one thing to keep in mind as you are teaching geography, is that there are deeper ways to engage with the material, deeper ways to engage with the map. And just have that in mind as you are starting with the Occident or the Orient, and you're just, you know, you're really getting the habit of, let's watch this video, let's read this, let's get in our map. You know, we're doing that rhythm. And then you can add complexity and different levels of difficulty, if you will, as you start exploring the natural resources, as you start exploring the economy. All of those different layers will be added as you, as the teacher, get more comfortable teaching the subject. Well, that's all I have. Please leave your questions down below, and I will try to answer them as best I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.